Hello and welcome to Faviola, the CEO Hustler, your business coach for aspiring interpreters and entrepreneurs. This is your go-to place to start and help you grow your career, your business, as well as your lifestyle. My name is Faviola Valencia and I am your host. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's episode, I will be discussing a little bit more with regards to what you need to know before hiring a VA, a staff, or contractors. So, how are you today? How is 2019 treating you so far? As you know, when it comes to growing your business and career, I highly recommend that you continue to keep listening onto this podcast. If you are new to my podcast, here's a little bit more about me. I've been in business for over 19 years and started my business literally from the ground up. Yes, from the foundation, literally to the roof. So if you're ready to kickstart your career and business the right way, and you're ready to receive information, training, help that not only for you, but also for your business, then you, my friend, you are in the right place with the right person, with the right coach, with the right trainer that's going to help you start and grow your business. Now, I know for those of you that are following me, I know that you understand how much I repeat the terms, processes, and procedures on how much I focus on that with regards to business. The reason for that is for every part of business, you need to create your plans, your procedures, have a vision, a mission in mind to help you plan your business, but also help you reach your goals, help you grow your business. But it's not all about just creating it and just putting it on your desk or filing it away or just forgetting about it on your computer. It's so important that you continue to follow that plan, that process, the procedures, and really set your mind to it. So when I talk about in today's episode with regards to hiring a VA, staff, and contractors, early on in my business, as I mentioned before, my business grew so fast, literally like overnight. So a lot of the stuff I did not have implemented. I didn't even know where to start, to be quite frank. All I knew is that I was getting busy and that I needed help. And that's where, all of the tips, information, and guidance that I provide to you, these are real life stories, real life events that I went through with my business. And the reason for these tips and coaching and training that I provide to you is to help you avoid all of those headaches and struggles and challenges that I went through early on in my business. So basically, like I mentioned, when you start a business and you start growing and you are not prepared for that growth, you tend to start getting a little stressed, overwhelmed, and like, I have to do this, I have to do that. And oh my God, if I don't do this, then I can't do that. And your mind is just going in circles and just, the overwhelm is just becomes very stressful, to say the least. But it can also be even more stressful when you decide to bring on a VA or hiring staff or contracting people without having a plan in place, without having your processes and procedures. What do I mean by that? I think many of us, we have in our mind that we want to start our own business. And many of us think it's easy because we see so much online and because we downloaded this freebie or that freebie, or we went onto this podcast or this YouTube video, and they make it seem so easy that, you can start your business overnight. Yes, you can start your business overnight, but if you don't have certain things in place, it's the same way that you started your business is the same way it's going to go under. So it's so important. I cannot stress it enough that, before you start a business, you have to learn your business. You have to learn all aspects of business. You have to learn the ins and outs of business, how to market, how to contract, how to sell, how to promote your services, how to do online marketing, how to do administration, accounting, etc. Because when your business starts to grow and you decide, okay, you know what, it's time for me to hire a VA to handle this task or that task. But let's say that you go on that route and just say, you know what, Fabiola doesn't know what she's talking about. I need help and I need help now. I'm just going to go ahead and hire somebody. Okay, and you hire somebody without any plans, without any procedures in place, and you tell this person, I want you to do SEOs. This person might be an expert in SEOs, but may not be an expert in your line of business, in your industry. So guess what? Those SEOs are not going to work. Trust me, I know, it's happened to me. Let's say that you hire a website designer. Again, they can be the best website developer and designer in the country. But if they are not familiar with your business, your sector, I can guarantee you 9 out of 10 times of you getting what you want are slim to none. When I first started my business, I went through all of these challenges and these hurdles. Yes, I didn't know any better. All I knew is, okay, well, if I hire an expert in this field or that field, they're going to know what to do. They're going to know, what to do for my business. As we went along, $5,000-$10,000 in the website design, some of these companies had no knowledge, had no expertise, no experience in my industry, meaning interpreting and translation industry. So all of the keywords were off. My website was not crawling. The SEOs, we were targeting outside areas that at the time I wasn't even marketing to, and so on and so forth. And so I learned the hard way, and I threw a lot of money away relying on these experts. So what I did 6 months into business is I started doing research. I started to self-train. I started going to networking events and training events and coaching events to learn each aspect of the business. Now, keep in mind that even though I come from a background of working with small businesses, back then, we're talking 20 years ago, we didn't have any online social media marketing and all of this online fancy, glittery stuff that we have on now. Most of the sales and marketing was done the old-fashioned way: flyers, brochures, going to networking events or going to people's place of business. We also, I want to say 20 plus years ago, before computers came along, I want to say, I'm not going to give my age, but anyhow, you know, I remember creating invoices using a typewriter. Yes, a typewriter, because we didn't have computers. So with all of this online social media going on, it's something that I had to learn how to use computers, how to go online, these social medias, the SEOs, the web design, this and that. And oh my God, mind blowing, right? Stressful to say the least. But it helped me learn the ins and outs of the business. It helped me learn the technology, the tools and information that was out there. So next time around, when I decided, okay, you know what, all of these staff members that I had hired, nobody knew what to do, nobody knew how to do it, and I was even more stressed out because I needed certain things done. And so when hiring administrative staff, I figured, okay, well, they should know how to do this, right? They should know how to do the scheduling or project management. Well, again, every industry, every business sector is different. So they might have project management experience or administrative experience, but maybe in different industries and not so much in yours. So that's where the problems arise. That's where the chaos happens. That's where things start falling through the cracks. That's where businesses start going under, because now, if your business was doing bad because of all the overwhelm and all the stress and all these procedures that you didn't implement, now your business even is even worse, in a worse position, because now you have to fix everything that was done wrong, try to figure out what was done wrong and how to fix it, and so on and so forth. And oh my God, it can become very chaotic. So the bottom line is, if you are a freelancer, if you are just starting out, you need to make sure that you understand how your business works, how it's going to operate, what departments or what um, things you need to have in place in order for you to be able to run a successful business. You need to create processes and procedures. You need to be able to hand those tasks over. But if you don't understand how to do certain things, how can you actually train the next person to take on over that task? And I think that's where everybody makes the mistake, where it's like, okay, you go onto Fiverr, you go onto these online tools and resources and try to hire somebody out of the country because they're cheaper and that's all you can afford at the time. And they may not speak the language, or they may not be familiar with your industry, or they may not be familiar with your business sector. And so then the chaos again continues. And so I see so many of these mistakes happening online, especially on these online private groups, where people are asking questions. Well, should I hire a VA? If so, what should I look for? What should I ask? Well, first of all, you need to learn your business inside and out. You need to train yourself on how to do administration, how to do accounting, how to do processes and procedures, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You cannot hire somebody to come in and handle your business for you if you don't know how to handle the business yourself, right? So one of the mistakes, even now, 19 plus years later, you would think, you know, that things would be easier for me as a business owner who's been in business for over 19 years and going through all these struggles and tribulations. So I went ahead, for example, my business has been growing because I took my offline business, converted it into an online business, and my whole structure is completely different from what it was over 10 years ago. So I needed the help. I had my processes, my procedures. I hired somebody to handle my website design and also to handle my online marketing. Well, I kind of okay, well, I figured I have all of this in place. I'm going to hand it over. They should be able to follow the step by steps. They should be able to implement certain things and get things done, right? Well, 6 months later, I'm wondering, okay, all this business it's coming in through referrals, it's coming in through other platforms, but it's not coming in through my website. What's going on? So I took the time and I went ahead and did a little bit of investigative work. So I put my investigation hat, my investigator hat. And long and behold, all of this stuff that I was paying for over 6 months, it was useless. They were targeting places in India. They were targeting places in Europe, which I don't do business up in Europe and or in India. Even though my business is a virtual business, I don't have certain things in place to be able to conduct business or to be able to sell services in Europe or in India, or for that matter, in any other country. Because even though in the past I have done business outside of the country, I had certain things in place and in order to handle that business, which is something that I don't currently have because of the revamping of my business. Then I started getting phone calls asking me for services in other languages because they were targeting other languages. Again, I stopped operating as an agency over 10 years ago. So all of those emails and phone calls were just a waste of my time because obviously I can't help those people. Then next thing you know, I did more research and my website was not crawling. My target market was not being done the way it was supposed to. So it's like, oh my Lord, those 6 months were just a waste of time. I contacted the SEOs guys and the website developer, and apparently they didn't understand what my needs were. So why not ask? I mean, it was very clear. I literally provided the keywords, the target regions, the languages. I provided everything that they needed to know in order to do things right. And even then, they didn't do things the right way. And this is coming from somebody like myself who's been in business for over 19 years, who knows what they're doing. I'm not an expert by no means on SEOs. I'm not an expert in web design, but I know enough to get by. I know enough to look at, okay, something's not right. Something's not, jiving here. Something's not working. So that is something that you need to understand and learn for your business, because you just don't want to hire, John Doe and Peter and Paul out of nowhere and going through the same struggles that I went through and just throwing your money down the drain. No, don't do that. Anyhow, I hope these little tips and information helped you. If you want to join my podcast, want to be part of my podcast groups, make sure that you send me a message. Make sure that you check out my social media platforms. I provide a lot of free tips and information in my Facebook groups, in my Instagram groups, in my Pinterest, in my YouTube. I am all over social media. Yes, I love social media. I love creating videos. I love chatting with people. I love helping people. I want to help you avoid all of these pains and hurdles and aches and pains that I went through. Yes. So if you need help with any part of your business, no matter what business sector you are in, I am your gal. Why? How can I help you throughout all business sectors? Well, because lucky for you, as an interpreter who has provided services in for the insurance company, state, county, federal, for hospitals, for small businesses, corporate businesses. I know exactly how they operate. I know the do's and don'ts of the business world, so I can help you. Yes, I can. So make sure that if you are not sure whether or not my services are going to be beneficial to you, make sure that you sign up for my free Boss Up and Rise call. It's a complimentary 30 to 45 minutes speaking with me directly and seeing whether or not I am able to help you, or maybe all you need is just, a little bit of guidance, and maybe you just need some help deciphering your business. Maybe you don't even need to spend on a coach or on a trainer. Who knows? So make sure that you take advantage of that free complimentary Boss Up and Rise call. Let's chat. Let's see how we can work together, or how I can help you. Make sure that you sign up for my blog, download your freebies, download your step-by-step guides. I am here to help you every step of the way. Yes, I am. I've gone through it all when it comes to business, when it comes to life, when it comes to problems and challenges and hurdles and struggles and challenges and tribulations. I think I've gone through it all. So make sure that you check out my other episodes to learn a little bit more with regards to what I do, who I am, and what I provide, my struggles, my challenges, and see for yourself and find out how I can help you. So stay tuned for more. Make sure that you subscribe to my podcast and listen in. Have an awesome day.